Sideline Sedo here, back again, reacting to the end of the group stage, reacting to my predictions for the group stage. Here are my predictions, like above me. All of the predictions are going, each group is each specific column. So, Group A, Bayern, Manchester United, Galatasaray, Copenhagen, which, as you can see, I kind of got wrong. I got a few of them wrong, and I don't think many people predicted this one. But as always, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the Champions League group stage this season. How your predictions fared? Did you get them spot on? Or were you more like me and, as we'll see, a little more mixed? Anyways, if you end up enjoying the video, consider giving the video a like and subscribe for more content. Alrighty, Group A. So out of Group A, I got 1 out of 4 right. Bayern at the top, the easiest thing to predict in all of human history. Copenhagen managed to get second. And I just want to shout them out because I had them dead last. I was convinced that they wouldn't stand a chance, really. I thought they were too young. I thought players like Rooney Bargi wouldn't be up for it. He was up for it. He scored a goal. And, they're flying high. We'll see who they end up getting. But definitely a huge, huge accomplishment for the Danish side. Galatasaray in the Europa League, a frightening opponent, to be quite honest with you, as a Liverpool supporter myself. I hope we don't get them in the draw. No, we wouldn't regardless because they're dropping out of the Champions League. We're going to get a weaker side since we finished top of the group. But yeah, Galatasaray, they played good in some matches. They had their first win on English soil against Manchester United. And all in all, just not good enough for them. But Man United, just shocking state of affairs. No offense. I know this probably sucks to hear from a Liverpool fan, but I almost feel bad for them. It's getting laughable at this point. You work so hard to get to the Champions League and then 4 points in a group with Copenhagen and Galatasaray. Terrible, terrible stuff. Let me know in the comments what your predictions for this group was because I don't think many people predicted this spot on. Moving on to Group B, Arsenal, PSV, Lens, and Sevilla. Well, I thought Sevilla was going to go to the Europa League as they usually do, but they just didn't. 2 meager points, really meager points all around, to be quite honest with you, for Sevilla. A measly effort, a meager effort as well. It's they're not like this. They sold a lot of players. They just were off the balance. Look at all these 3 losses in a row to close out the group is not a great look for them. And Lens, congrats to them. They're going to the Europa League. Obviously, they would have felt that they could have gotten Champions League football. They were close, only a point off to PSV. PSV in second, I predicted correctly, and Arsenal in first. I think everyone was expecting more than likely, and it ended up happening. Fairly not the most straightforward group, I guess. I got it wrong. I feel as if most people would have guessed Sevilla to finish in the top 3 and not last. And yeah, credit to PSV. PSV did really well this group, and getting 9 points and managing to get through, not an easy task in a group against Arsenal and 2 other sides that are fairly, similar in terms of quality. This puts me up to 3 out of 8 correct, so less than half. Not the best, but we'll keep it rolling. And if you've been looking at this group and noticed Napoli up top, yeah, I know. I got that one pretty wrong as well. Actually, I got this whole group wrong. Real Madrid topping Group C. Perfect. 18 points, 6 wins in 6 matches. Napoli in second on 10. Braga third, going to the Europa League on 4. And Union Berlin not having a good season domestically or in Europe. Only 2 points, much akin to the performance from Sevilla in the group stage. Union Berlin, it really feels like the wheels have fallen off of the hype train there. Braga, huge to continue in Europa League. They could have ended up not getting any additional European football for the rest of the season, and they were never going to break into the top two. Napoli, getting second, they'll be happy with that. They'll feel maybe a little hard done, and as if they could have possibly, who would they lose this match to actually? Yeah, that Napoli Real Madrid match, they were close to getting like a draw or maybe even a win, but Real Madrid just made the distance too untenable for Napoli. And Madrid, there's really nothing to be said about Real Madrid that I can't state. I will apologize because I definitely underestimated them. Perfect performance in the group stage is nothing to scoff at. And, credit. I mean, Bellingham's been brilliant. It's been probably the signing of the season. And all in all, I mean, Napoli, they'll be a threat too. So, yeah, definitely mad that I got that one wrong. And then this next group, Group D, I predicted Inter, Benfica, Salzburg, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad, top of the group. Benfica and Salzburg, 4 points each. And they're not, I think a lot of people expected more from Benfica this season. Let's be real. In Salzburg, I mean, they're effectively just a feeder club to Leipzig. So, you can't be too upset with them being fourth. Inter, finished second on goal difference. I predicted them to top the group. They, were only 2 goals away, but I definitely have to apologize to Real Sociedad as well. Definitely underestimated them. They performed brilliantly. Some, a bit of a slow finish there with 2 draws, but it worked out because basically, there's a lot of draws in this group towards the end. So, Real Sociedad, Takafusa Kubo, Lenormand, some of those other players, definitely, Mikel Marino, they'll be a threat for a lot of sides, I think. Bit of a dark horse in the tournament, possibly. But that's, what? I got nothing right in 2 groups in a row. Is that what I'm seeing? Seems, yeah. So I got 3 of 16 right now. Oh my God. Less than 25% correct. This is brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely off the paces. Group E, but before we continue with Group E, consider liking and subscribing if you're enjoying the content so far. Me humiliating myself with these absolutely awful predictions. I mean, I got 2 right here, so that puts me to what? 5 of 20. So about 20% correct so far. Atletico Madrid, top of their group. I predicted Feyenoord to go through. They didn't. They came in third. Lazio came second. And Celtic, bottom of the group, kind of seemed like it was bound to happen. No offense to them, but, Feyenoord, I expected them to really bring the heat. Arne Slot's there. I expected a bit of a performance out of them against the likes of Lazio. And for them not to necessarily struggle in this group. Not to get out easy, but I thought they'd definitely get out. So I'm wrong about that. This is tough though, 5 of 20 right now, and I'd have to go perfect for the rest of the groups. And as you can see, Dortmund, PSG, flip-flopped, AC Milan, Newcastle correct. I predicted Newcastle to finish last, and that's exactly what they did. They have an injury crisis right now, so you can't really, be too upset with them. They do, at the end of the day, have to figure out how to get more depth in the squad. Obviously, they have some financial restraints with the FFP and all this. AC Milan, nearly, if Dortmund wins that match, AC Milan's in the Champions League still, but they're going to the Europa League. PSG, they drew today against Dortmund, and Milan had a nice comeback win to retain the Europa League spot and to continue in Europe this season. Newcastle, they lost right at the end, and you can't crumble at the end and Champions League, not any European competition, but specifically not the Champions League. So that's what, 2 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 24, 7 of 24. Poof. 7 of 24 right now. That's really brutal. Group G, Man City at the top, Leipzig in second. But then I flipped these two around, Young Boys and Crvena Zvezda. I thought Crvena Zvezda were going to get through. They didn't, sadly. They only got a point. I think that's the lowest points total in all of the groups. So tough look for them. Young Boys going to Europa League. Leipzig, as expected, finished second. And City with a perfect group as well. Real Madrid and City, I believe, the only sides to get perfect groups. Yeah. But they played brilliant. City. They had a lot of youngsters out today in the match against Crvena Zvezda. There was a few players that scored that were academy prospects like Oscar Bob or I forget his last name, but Micah was his first name. I should look it up. He was the goal scorer today for their first goal, and it was a fantastic finish. Let's see. His name is Micah Hamilton. Yeah, Micah Hamilton, 20 years old, scored the opener for City in this final group stage game. But that puts me up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. So 9 of 28. That's brutal. Because I got 1 in the first group. Then I got 2, so 3 from these groups. 0, 0, 5, 7, 9. Yeah. So we're at 9 right now. 9 of 28. And then for the final group, Group H, 1 and 2. And then again, a flip-flop. Antwerp beat Barcelona for their only win of the group stage in the final match week. Shakhtar Donetsk, they ended up getting 3rd, so they're in the Europa League still. Also, you have Porto going through pretty comfortably. I mean, not the most comfortable of performances, but they were level on points with Barcelona. Wait, is the tiebreaker wins and not goal difference? It must be. Yeah. Yeah, they beat them in both. I guess that's what puts them through. Interesting. But I guess I got that right. So 11 of 20 or 11 of 32, I should say, for my final predictions. Really bad. Just don't know what to say about it. That's like less than 30%. Oof. Tough performance for me. Hopefully I can bounce back and redeem myself in the knockout stage predictions. And yeah, I will have my Europa League predictions video out fairly soon. Hopefully the day on Friday is when I would expect it to be out. So Thursday the matches will happen. Have that out on Friday, and then probably we'll have the Conference League predictions, reacting to my predictions. That'll be out probably on Saturday. So stay tuned for all of that. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content, like the video if you enjoyed, and make sure to comment down below on how you fared with your predictions. Were they as bad as mine? Were you really that far off? Because, I mean, I only got 11 out of 32. So if you got 10 or less, make sure to comment down below. And if you did better than me, also comment down below and rub it in. But, it's been a pretty zany ride for reacting to these predictions, because honestly I forgot what I even predicted. It feels like it was ages ago. But man, 11 out of 32, I was definitely hoping for at least half, but this is brutal. Gotta go back and kind of hunker down on my predicting skills so I don't embarrass myself like this again. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. Genuinely appreciate that you stuck through to the end here. I'm Sideline Sedo. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.